Hello, hi. This is Cairo again. Welcoming to all of you in my new webinar. Right, the topic for today is innovation anxieties. Right, this is actually an important topic because any innovation will actually it's about change. Right, so a lot of time when the management launch an innovation program or simply talk about innovation, what they don't know actually is a lot of the workforce, -2 and below, actually are getting worried, right? So for the CEO or the management team, they are very excited because they could see how the business will grow, which is also a good thing for them. And of course, entire company. What they have discounted actually, the fact that the workforce actually becoming more stressed, tensions, right? This is something that a lot of management are unaware about, right? So I would like to talk a little bit about this so that we could understand innovation better and how we could deal with anxiety, right? Anxiety will always be around. Um, Even without innovation, we sometimes have anxiety triggers as we age, especially. I've been to an organization when I did some work. 50% of the workforce are the age of 45 and above, right? So it's very challenging for them. For me, not so much because I try to empathize. I'm an external. To them, the senior people is very difficult, very challenging, and it's not easy to innovate with when your people actually are not able to do the heavy lifting. Let's take a look at some of the information that I've prepared to guide our session for tonight. Hope we are all doing okay today. All right, so welcome to the webinar. Corporate culture is dead. Build innovation culture instead, right? One of the thing about corporate culture is anxieties. In innovation culture, we actually want to deal with anxieties through higher empathy and a few other stuff. Let's take a look at this, right? So anxiety, the word itself is very common these days, especially when a lot of organizations are focusing on mental health, awareness, treatments, initiatives, right? And anxiety. So what is anxiety? So anxiety actually is feeling of stress, uneasiness, nervousness, worry, fear, and dread, right? I think all the words here, 5 of them easily relatable to what we normally feel when we are in a situation that is uncomfortable, right? So innovation triggers all this, right? Why? Because innovation actually is about change. And if you see here, the word anxiety and stress, actually they are related but not the same. Stress is short term. I borrowed this from American News Today. In response to a recognized threat, it could be a coworker, it could be a new project, it could be an innovation project, it could be additional work, it could be delay, it could be a family, a lot of other things, right? It could be pain, right? Like the company that I had some work with because they are 45 years old and above, they had a lot of pain, right? Sickness, they take leave, and these are some are common thing you will get when the anxieties become higher, right? So irritability, anger, loneliness, dizziness, nausea, anxious, these are common stress that we face on daily basis. We brace traffic jams, coming back home, thinking about picking up your kids from school, thinking out about bills, thinking out about what food to eat for tonight, and all that, right? However, anxiety is actually perennial, right? What we call continuous and repeated events of stress, right? And after a while, it may not have identifiable triggers. So in other words, after a while, you keep the person becomes stressed almost all the time. The body actually adapt, thinking that you got to watch out almost all the time, right? So you will experience restlessness, tense, sweating, nervous, feeling of unease, dread, and symptoms are faster heartbeat, you're palpitating, you sweat, faster breathing, diarrhea, constipation. Yeah. So this is where I'm not talking about medical uh, situations here. It's about collectively as a group. Can you imagine the moment you announce innovation? Hey, let's go and do it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to have training. We're going to have people doing this. We're going to external party vendor to do this. We're going to go through all the business processes. We're going to uncover a lot of can of worms that you all probably have been putting it through, sweeping on the carpet for a very good reason to ensure stability, right? However, sometimes innovation is done to save and establish the business, right? So whatever that the strategy is, any innovation project will trigger stress and anxiety, right? So this is something we need to understand. And of course, anxiety disorder is also a common mental health issues at workplace and in our community these days. Anxiety disorder involve more than temporary worry or fear. For a person with anxiety disorder, anxiety does not go away and can get worse over time, right? So this is where it becomes a problem. Let's say 1 or 2% having these situations, you actually probably can relate or probably can deal with it. However, if you're going to have a group of people, right, come from different departments, different units, imagine your workforce of 1,000 people and 10% of them diagnosed or rather show symptoms of anxieties or anxiety disorder. It's actually about 100 people. That's going to cause a lot in terms of productivity. Yeah. And anxiety is not something that they fake. It's a feeling, emotions. It's chemicals firing each other, creating these situations. So this is where I always like to advise management or companies. Whenever you approach innovation, you must be able to do it subtly. You must be able to engage the people. Innovation is about the people. It's not just about the business can come later. The business will, as a result of the people doing something, change, the business will come. But if you forget the people, the business won't come and the people will be let down. Right? So innovation as a definition is about change, right? In my coaching and training, I always emphasize this. Innovation is about change. And change, as we know it, has 3 characteristics. Number one, change is difficult. Change is difficult. Whatever change you want to do is always difficult. Not, you want to try a new shoes, you bought a pair of shoes, you love it. The next day you wear it. By the end of the day, you probably don't like it, right? Because it's about change. So what more if you want to digitalize, you want to transform, you want to innovate, entire department, entire innovations, swapping this and that, realign this and that, move this and that. It's crazy. So number two, change is about emotion. It's not logic. Thinking about business is about logic. But when you deal with people, you're dealing with emotions. There have to be a buy-in, there have to be a communication, there have to be a lot of sessions, even before you want to kick off the innovation. In most places, the innovation, the business planning, strategic meeting, strategic planning, whatever transformation you do, you announce them first. I bet a lot of people down there, they probably heard it for the first time in that session that we are going to do something, right? So number three is change is about constant. Right? Change is always constant, right? Change will never stop. So the moment you announce the change innovation, you will build up even more, even more. So you got to deal with it, right? Of course, there are ways what we call change management. So even when you do change management, you have to do it before, not just after firefighting, right? So companies should innovate if unwilling to change. Really, this is my sincere perspective. You shouldn't innovate if you're not willing to change, right? And anxiety costs businesses more and sabotage personal performance. I got the data this from Malaysia. There's an organization called Relay, dealing with mental health at workplace. So reportedly in 2018, almost 5 million working adults reported mental health issues. Now, post-pandemic is even more, right? And these studies in 2015, probably even more. Post-COVID, we had a lot of layoffs. We had people change job, lost businesses. And of course, if you want to talk about money, it's in billions, right? So it's going to waste a lot of company resources and energy of the management. So this is where management, I always try to influence you all to think about people first before you embark on major or even talk about innovation. Have a session, communicate the innovation needs, and try to understand. Uh, don't just cripple this, cripple that, and dig here, dig there, and find faults. It will not get better, actually. And remember, companies don't innovate. People in the companies do. Always remember that. Companies do not innovate. Always, only the people in the companies do. So this is an important thing that we need to understand. If you find your company is innovating, it means the people in your company are motivated and innovative. If you see that your company is going down the drain, meaning that they are not motivated, they are in trouble, they are facing to trouble, and they are not innovative, right? So what is the thing that we can do is to connect self-care with coworkers, right? This is an important element. We cannot innovate also. Sometimes I see in a lot of companies, only 1 or 2%. There is gung-ho, there is go-to person, there is highly motivated, charge up, very high performance, thinking about themselves. They forget others most of the time. And these are people that normally in charge of innovation. That's funny, right? So this is also another reason. So you need to connect self-care with coworkers and also innovation leaders, right? So that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much. I hope the webinar, the 10 minutes webinar, gave you some idea about what is innovation anxieties. So do look out for the next session, another topic, another time. Thank you. Bye-bye.